Let me challenge you with something honest. When did you last face the mirror and recognize yourself? Not the version shaped by her expectations, not the man shrinking to avoid conflict, but the person buried under doubt, giving too much, and asking if you ever measured up? This is for you. Sometimes the truth cuts deep. She didn't fall for who you were. She fell for access, attention, and the comfort of knowing you'd stay regardless of how she acted. Here's the shift. The second you remember your value, her influence dissolves. That's when momentum changes. That's when absence is felt. And that's when you begin winning again. Let's break it down. Point 1. She never feared losing you until you stopped explaining yourself. What unsettles someone more than anger or pleading? It's your refusal to justify yourself. The moment you quit proving worth, defending feelings, or chasing approval, that's when unease starts. She sees you detach from needing her judgment. For a long time, she assumed emotional buttons could be pressed and you'd return. Maybe you did. But when quiet became peace instead of chaos, something unfamiliar appeared. Fear, not of you, but of losing access to a genuine man. Fear of watching you grow beyond manipulation. That's where regret is born. Point 2, your kindness was mistaken for fragility, yet it was strength. You loved with depth, presence, and patience, not ego or thrill. She confused patience for passivity. She believed you were permanent regardless of treatment. So tests came. Distance to provoke chasing, pressure to see cracks. What she missed was your kindness had boundaries. It wasn't infinite or naive. It flowed from strength. Forgiveness came from loyalty, not weakness. When loyalty is abused, it withdraws. It never returns unchanged. She now recognizes you were rare, and she handled something priceless carelessly. Point 3. Value appears only when you give nothing. When you offered time, focus, and devotion, it blended into the background. Availability dulled perception. That's the irony. Consistency is overlooked. Scarcity is noticed. The day you stopped giving, awareness arrived. Silence grew loud. It forced her to face what vanished. She could no longer feel your presence or reach you. Messages and memories couldn't cross that gap. She wanted the former version of you, the man who gave freely. That man is gone. Point 4, control was the goal. Losing it caused the break. In unhealthy bonds, power moves quietly. Often it isn't love being sought, but leverage. Control over responses, care, and comebacks. You allowed the illusion until you didn't. Until availability ended, crumbs were rejected, and self-nourishment began. When reactions stopped, she realized the tether snapped. She never wanted to lose you, only to feel capable of it. Now unreachable, she faces a consequence she never anticipated. Point 5. You don't rebuild attraction through begging. You create regret through growth. No speech, message, or apology revives respect. Regret forms through silence and visible progress. Through watching you heal and advance without her access. Seeing you build ignites unrest. She realizes you didn't require her to improve, only release. You don't retaliate with spite. You respond with calm, elevation, and a life once shared, but now closed. Let curiosity work. Let absence teach. Point 6. You were not the issue. You overstayed. Don't fall into self-blame. You were steady and caring. You stayed when leaving was wiser. You offered second chances without receiving first ones. You apologized to preserve peace. That wasn't weakness. It was love. Even love has edges. Yours was reached. She didn't destroy you. She revealed you. She exposed areas needing strength. Learning ensures repetition won't happen. Not from hatred, but self-respect. Point 7. She desired what you provided, not who you were. Many men learn this late. Validation, late replies, emotional safety, being desired without equal return. She enjoyed the feeling you created more than the man creating it. When giving stopped, distance appeared. Not change, but expired usefulness. That isn't love, it's convenience. You deserve depth. When someone loves you, they remain when giving slows. They support and stay present. Ask yourself, is she drawn to you or your offerings? One disappears when dry, the other helps replenish. Point 8, you weren't difficult to love. She lacked capacity. End that myth. You weren't excessive, weak, or overly emotional. You invested in someone unavailable. Depth couldn't be received by someone living on surfaces, addicted to noise and validation. She labeled consistency dull, and loyalty predictable. That reflects immaturity, not your value. Some grow beyond patterns, others don't. That weight wasn't yours. You gave authenticity. She wanted stimulation. Peace felt boring to someone craving drama. You offered everything. She didn't know how to hold it. That's not your fault. Don't shrink to fit shallow spaces. One day she'll realize what was lost and why she wasn't prepared. You don't win by convincing her. You win by remembering yourself before self-erasure. You win by standing firm despite lingering pain. You win by not returning, not from bitterness, but awareness. She may appear fine publicly. Privately, memory lingers. She'll recall the man who showed up, who loved deeply, who could have given the world. That loss is hers now. So stop chasing, stop performing, become who you were meant to be. Because finding yourself marked the moment she truly lost you. Peace is the loudest response. Growth is silent revenge. Remember, remember, remember.